Hello again, Guardians, and welcome back to the channel for another Destiny episode. Now, before we get started and begin, I wanted to first announce I'm giving away 1,000 silver this week on the channel for Destiny. All you have to do to enter and win is be subscribed to this channel, show your support and like this video, and leave a comment down below in reference to VEX MYTHOCLAST, the exotic fusion rifle primary that had solar damage back in year 1. And this exotic was by far my most favorite and iconic weapon back in year 1 and year 2 of Destiny. It wasn't until year 3 of Destiny that I found the Outbreak Prime and fell in love with that exotic more than the VEX. But since VEX is coming back, it's probably coming back up onto my tier of the most favorite weapon exotic in the game. Alongside this, I just want to see what your guys' comments are. So just leave some comments on your thoughts and opinions about it coming back, what you thought of it back in year 1 if you were a year 1 player. Just leave all your comments and thoughts down in the comment section below to enter in for that 1,000 silver giveaway. Now, with my 1,000 silver giveaways, I announce them on every Tuesday, the very first Destiny upload of that day. So at the beginning of the week on Tuesday's reset, I will announce the winners, and you can also look up past previous giveaways by searching the hashtag SilverVPG, which is showcased on the screen now, and that will take you to the giveaways on Twitter. Now, VEX MYTHOCLAST, the most iconic fusion rifle in the game, probably. I by far can say that because everybody knows about the VEX. Even if you didn't play year 1 and you're a year 2 or a year 3 player, everybody knows about the VEX MYTHOCLAST. Now, the stat rolls on it were as followed. So the first column was going to be the timeless MYTHOCLAST, which was pretty much this weapon has no charge time. It fires a single bolt with each trigger pull, and it was a fusion rifle. So it was crazy. So a single bolt with each trigger pull, or you could hold it down and fire like an auto rifle with a fusion rifle. And back then, it literally 3-tapped people. And you had like 60-something rounds in the magazine. Like, who does that? 60-something rounds with a fusion rifle that 3-taps? It was absolutely ridiculous. People got cross-mapped with this gun. So, it's not going to be as OP in year 3, but it's still going to be great as per the gameplay footage that you're watching in this video right now. I'm absolutely shrekking Red Dog with the VEX MYTHOCLAST, and I love this gun. Now, it also does take some practice to use it appropriately, so we'll get into that in this video. First off, the next column was aggressive ballistics, linear compensator, and then smart drift control. Alongside this, I would recommend the linear compensator because the VEX MYTHOCLAST now seems to have a lot of bloom. And what bloom is basically the longer you fire the gun, the more the spread just widens out. And pretty much if you go full auto with this gun, there is a huge spread on it, and the recoil is insane to control, and it doesn't seem like all the bullets like to hit the targets appropriately, and that's why you want to run linear compensator. Next one is actually Zen Moment, which obviously increases the weapon's stability, which is highly needed. So if you ever want the VEX MYTHOCLAST, you've got to at least level it up to Zen Moment to even use it effectively. With this, you then get into the old year 1 stat, which was upgrade damage, but the next column after that was extended mag, which you have to have extended mag active if you want to use the next perk, which is crowd control. And the only reason why is 21 rounds in the magazine aren't enough to use crowd control effectively. But I actually personally don't use the crowd control build. I actually use the Ascendant build. So the middle column with extended mag has extended mag, send it, and lightweight. And I actually use Send It, which increases the range and accuracy harder to handle, decreases the carried ammo capacity down to 21, which is very low, but it's still highly worth using Send It, just because it increases the range and the accuracy, and it's a little bit easier to handle. Next up after that, you obviously, as I said before, have crowd control, and then you have the upgrade damages, because that's how every weapon was back in year 1. Because, yeah, why not? We had to upgrade our weapons with materials out of the raid to just level up the damage output on our weapons. No, there wasn't infusion. There was, oh, hey, upgrade this damage by giving us these materials. So yeah. So moving on from year 1 to year 3. The changes. So obviously I can't show you footage of the VEX MYTHOCLAST back in year 1 and how overpowered it was because I didn't get it back in year 1. My friends did, but I wasn't lucky enough to get it soon enough before it was nerfed. But the nerf wasn't as bad as we all thought. So Crucible today The VEX Mythoclast, as long as you learn how to control the stability and the recoil on it, stability isn't that bad. Along using Send It and Zen Moment and Linear Compensator, it's actually a fairly decent gun, and at close to medium range is very effective. Alongside this, if you use a grenade or a melee alongside using the weapon, you will pretty much win any gunfight in front of you. It does considerable amount of damage. If you get a headshot, it actually does 40 damage to the head if you have the Send perk active and you run the skill tree that I told you to. And next up, we all know, coming from year 1 to year 3 has a Moments of Triumph known as the Age of Triumphs, where the record book is now bringing back all of the year 1 events, including Vault of Glass. Vault of Glass Raid is coming back to a 390 light level, meaning that VEX Mythoclast is going to be easily obtained to a 400 light weapon, allowing it to be used inside of Iron Banner and Trials of Osiris. And I do effectively think that a lot of players are going to start using the VEX Mythoclast in Trials of Osiris come the end of year 3. And I wouldn't complain. I kind of want to see the VEX start to be used again. I also would love Bungie to up it a little bit in damage, or at least upgrade the stability on it to allow it to be a little bit more accurate like other auto rifles and other pulse rifles and scout rifles and stuff like that, to kind of bring it up into the meta, because right now VEX Mythoclast is by far not the meta, but it is still a decent gun to use as long as you know how to use it. So coming into this, we also have an upgraded version of the VEX coming. It's going to have ornaments. We're going to be able to equip ornaments to the VEX Mythoclast, and Deej from Bungie described it as a shiny new weapon. And that is really exciting. There's a lot of ornaments out there created by the fan base, which was a Siva Mythoclast, there was a Taken Mythoclast, there was one that was chromed out with a little bit of gold. And it just is really cool that the community is so excited about it back 2 years ago, and also at the beginning of this year, before they ever announced a remastered Vault of Glass. Now, Vault of Glass is going to be a lot harder to complete. It's also probably speculated that the VEX Mythoclast is going to be required to complete the challenge modes in Vault of Glass, which was described as the hardest challenge mode to date inside of Destiny, which is very interesting. Atheon is supposedly going to be the hardest boss, so it's kind of weird. Back in year 1, Atheon was the hardest boss. Coming back into year 3, coming back all the way full circle, Atheon is again the hardest boss. And challenge mode is going to be a very difficult task. But alongside this, we get ornaments for the raid armor, we get ornaments for the VEX Mythoclast, and we get to pretty much rep this iconic fusion rifle. And that's really exciting. I hope you all enjoyed the gameplay so far, and I hope I lived up to the name of the VEX Mythoclast against Red Dog. And there's a couple other things I have to talk about. So, as the VEX Mythoclast is coming in, a couple of changes that I speculate would be the stability getting increased slightly. They haven't really commented any major changes to the Vault of Glass or to the VEX Mythoclast, but they did state that there are going to be a couple changes to some of the weapons. And they did make a slight mention about the VEX, and that also brings me to think that they're going to upgrade the stability just a little bit to allow it to be a little bit more effective. Alongside this, upgrading the VEX Mythoclast is going to have a lot less tiers involved. One, there's actually 5 nodes on the VEX Mythoclast in year 1 that said upgrade damage. Those are going to be removed. So pretty much it's going to most likely read that the VEX Mythoclast is going to have the first 2 perks, which is Timeless Mythoclast and then Solar Damage. And then alongside this, it's going to have the Aggressive Ballistics, Linear Compensator, Smart Drip Control. The next one's going to be Zen Moment. The next one will instantly go to Extended Mag, Send It, and Lightweight. And then the one after that is going to be Crowd Control. And then after that, it's not going to have anything. Alongside this, I really hope that the VEX Mythoclast Year 3 has a quest of some sort to actually obtain, other than just killing Atheon for it. I really would like to have a exotic quest line based around the Year 3 Mythoclast. And that, Guardians, is basically it for this video. I just want to leave a couple notes off about the Vault of Glass. Vault of Glass is coming back. All the raid armor is going to be acquired. All the weapons are coming back. And we're not too sure yet if those weapon primaries are going to have arc, solar, or void damage. but we are speculating that primary weapon damage is coming back, and that's going to finish off the year 3, kind of bringing back full circle. All the Guardians in Destiny from year 1 to year 3 can finally live up to the year 1 expectations and show everybody why year 1 was so great. And there you have it, Guardians. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed the content, drop a like, show your support by leaving a comment as well. Any questions and concerns, leave those down below as well. And as always, stay violent, be privileged. We'll see you all in the next episode.